Hello, good morning. It's Cristine here, and we are in Cebu, and I'm very lucky to be with our ambassador, Ambagary. Perfect timing. I think it's just like, how do you call that? You and me here
Serendipity.
together. Serendipity. Yeah. So right now, I visited Amba here in his hotel, Fortuna. No, just this morning. Okay, we had coffee, and we have a project. I have a project that I've been working on for the last year. Actually, it's almost been a year since I've met him in Auckland, listened to his universal diplomacy talk, and I know it sounds so dramatic, but literally I cried when I heard it, and it was so beautiful. If you are a Filipino in New Zealand, if you've heard his talk, you know what I'm talking about, the universal diplomacy campaign. And from then I started a project helping nurses who wants to go to New Zealand. So that's just one project that I'm doing, and actually related to universal diplomacy campaign, which is really about helping people. So I think I've worked with you with that. Now, what do you think about it?
Well, first, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Kia ora, tenakoto, tenatato katoa. Greetings. So I'm here with Volunteer Ambassador or Vamba Crestine Carson, and yes, I've been ambassador since April 2016 in beautiful New Zealand. When I arrived as ambassador, I realized that I am the new ambassador, but I'm only joining the 50,000 Filipino ambassadors that are already there. Because being an ambassador or diplomat is nothing more than being a representative of your country, your culture, your people, and being a bridge. So Filipinos enjoy an excellent reputation in New Zealand. We are so loved. But it's not because of the embassy, it's because Kiwis, or what we informally call New Zealanders, their impression of Filipinos are not from the embassy, but from the Filipinos they work with, they study with, they are neighbors with, they play with. And these are 50,000 kababayans in New Zealand.
50,000 now, and it's growing.
And growing. It's over 1% of the New Zealand population. We are so welcome and so loved. We make positive contributions in the health sector as nurses, caregivers, and other professional health specialists, as dairy farmers, as construction workers, as information technology specialists, as teachers, all across. But one thing in common is that our comparative advantage and what we have to share with the world is love and care. And that's best exemplified by Cristine herself as a nurse. I mean, nursing is nothing more than the profession of care and love, professionally. So the philosophy that drives our project in the embassy is universal diplomacy means every person is a potential diplomat, a potential ambassador. So our program is to encourage you to bring out your inner diplomat and to become a volunteer ambassador, or hashtag Vamba. So why do you call it Vamba? We already have a theme song. Para bailar la Vamba. So to be a Vamba, first a little about universal diplomacy. Our vision we can express in 5 C's. It's the 5 P's, which starts with, we aspire to have a planet where people are living in peace, prosperity, and with purpose. 5 P's. So what is our mission statement, and how do we carry out that vision? It's 143, or I love you. All C's, like Cristine Carson, C. C, yeah. So the first C is we are all global citizens, and we do 4 things. We connect, we convene, we catalyze, and then we create among 3 directions, 3 advocacies, causes. Well, like what they would call advocacy, let's say sustainable development goals, climate action, women, campaign against domestic violence, causes. Then we have communities, the specific groupings of people who you want to help, who you love, and who you want to advance, your family, Cebuanos overseas, nurses in Hamilton, and so on, any specific grouping of people. And third, commerce, the providing or needing of goods, services, and resources. It can be manifest entrepreneurship, where you're deciding to invest, you set up a business. You buy a franchise of a really hot franchise, Serpent Slurp.
Shake and
Sorry, Shake and
Slurp.
Shake and Slurp. Which Crestine could tell you about in a moment. So what is this universal diplomacy all about? Is that you can pursue your passion in a diplomatic, well, with the embassy, and so we can help create this better planet. So, so Crestine's passion, and I got to know her through advocacy groups in Auckland who are campaigning and working for better conditions for, well, it reflects the most important pillar of Philippine foreign policy, protection and rights and welfare of overseas Filipinos. So with Crestine and her fellow nurses, we first met in a workshop on which discussed the working rights for Filipinos and migrants in New Zealand, the services offered by the embassy to assist, how unions and the nursing associations can be of help, and so on. So I think this inspired Crestine to come up with a very tangible way of how to help. That yes, it's nice to have these seminars, but how can we reach those fellow nurses who have yet to come to New Zealand, or who may be already in New Zealand and would like to know more about what is the right process. Well, yes, obviously this would apply more to the nurses who are still in the Philippines or elsewhere, who plan to come, who would like to work in a country like New Zealand. So it goes through the process of what you need to do. But because many times, unfortunately, labor recruitment is big business. And yes, there are many good labor recruiters, agencies and so on, but unfortunately there are many who take advantage. So there are those who take advantage by giving false information, overcharging, and so on. So Crestine's ebook on the right way of how to get to New Zealand. What's the title again?
A quick guide for Filipino nurses who wants to work and live in New Zealand. So it's a quick guide, and make sure you don't go to the wrong pathway.
Yes. So, well, to become a Vamba, you basically have to demonstrate not only your passion and interest, but actually show that you are working and doing something about your particular passion. So her ebook is what earned her her qualification as a Vamba. So we're very proud of the book, and I've often used it as a reference myself. And when there are Filipinos who ask me, oh, what do I do? I refer to that ebook. I mean,
share the link.
To share the link. But again, while it's targeted towards nurses, it does have some also general information that is applicable to any Filipino or any person overseas who are thinking of moving to New Zealand. So I have to say, New Zealand is one of the best, if not the best, home for Filipinos overseas. But quite frankly, it's because many migrants have been coming, and naturally, the New Zealand government is taking a step back and reviewing of their procedures or regulations. So right now, it may be a bit more strict. So at least the ebook Crestine has produced is a very good, I think, necessary reference. And unfortunately, Filipinos tend to be we're very enthusiastic, but we don't do our homework.
No, it's correct. We don't do assignments, we don't do the research. So that ebook, we put it together for you so that you don't have to go this and that, because you can get so many information out there, but it's hard to find it sometimes. Maybe it's just there, but we don't like reading. That's a problem.
Yes. So, and unfortunately, the price you pay for not doing your homework can be quite, very high. You may end up spending so much money for nothing. You may end up getting to New Zealand but being heartbroken because what you thought would lead you to a stable job maybe just be a short vacation. You're sent back home, and
Yeah.
those things. So we want to avoid the heartache.
Yes, that's actually the purpose of this. If you want to go to New Zealand, the right direction is to think long term and make sure you go to a profession that can lead you to becoming a permanent resident and eventually a citizen.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's the student visa that sometimes is really useless, sad to say.
Yes, because, well, you need to really know what the different options are, because you may hear some visa centers or these education advisor agents saying, oh, study, live, and work in New Zealand. Meaning, they're sort of saying, so long as you study any course that we offer for you, you're guaranteed for a job and permanent residency, you can bring your family. That might have been true years ago, but it's no longer true. And unfortunately, there have been many diploma mills that have sprung up. There are many agents who overcharge you. And in fact, getting a student visa for New Zealand, you don't need an agent. You don't need a visa center or anything like that. You can apply directly to school. But here's one warning. If you want to go, you do your own research first. You find the school, you find the program, and the New Zealand embassy and New Zealand government has great links. You look, you do your research yourself. If that school insists that you have to go through an agent, that's a red flag.
Okay.
You don't have to. You'll end up spending so much. And many of these agents will require you to sign an agreement that does not let you refund your fees, and you're not supposed to complain.
Okay.
So just as a warning. But first thing is,